Yo, welcome to Canal Street Dreams, the show not sponsored by Aquapana. It just happens to be the water they got at the restaurant. But we have another very special guest. They're always very special guests, but we got the executive editor of Interview Magazine, friend of Natasha's long time. I'm an admirer, Ben Barna.
Thank you.
Welcome, brother.
Why am I here? I need to know. Like, why am I? This is my first podcast.
Oh,
I've never been invited on a podcast. I'm a podcast addict.
That feels insane to me because like Interview Magazine is hands down, I can definitively say, my favorite magazine.
Really?
Without pissing anyone off, before Interview Magazine, it was Ego Trip Magazine, but for sure, Interview Magazine.
I first of all, like I love hearing that, and like I'm not trying to like, be cocky, but we have heard a lot of that in the last like 4 or 5 years, which feels very gratifying.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that because you've been in the magazine.
Yeah, a few times.
But when I worked there, you were there when you were releasing Boogie.
Yes.
And you were like living in Taiwan at the time.
Yeah.
And you did a lesson, which is how to make your first movie.
Yeah.
Which is like, one of my favorite features, which we don't do that much anymore, but like it was a great shoot. I remember you were shirtless.
Yeah.
Back tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you wrote a great guide on how to make your first movie. And then a couple of weeks ago, because you have Vice is Broke coming out, or you did.
We were. Yeah.
but Jillian Roscoe emailed me. Do you know her? She's
It's our publicist.
Right?
She's the best. Yeah.
So she emailed me like 2 weeks ago saying, and she already had the pitch in mind. She was like, would you be down for Eddie to do a Rorschach test, which is a feature that we do, which is basically like, instead of like a normal Q&A, it's the person reacts to a bunch of like topics, like instant reaction, kind of rapid fire. So I'll give you like a list of topics and you have to react to it. And so she pitched that, pegged to the release of Vice is Broke. And I didn't respond at first, because I was like, I knew I was
the movie got canned.
I knew it was coming on your podcast, and then I saw your post yesterday, and I responded to her, and I said, I saw what happened, and she's like, yeah, I just heard. I guess like she didn't even hear through you, right?
No, you know what was funny? Because I love my team. Like I gotta say, Phil Sun, my manager, incredible. Like the most loyal person I've ever worked with. Mm-hmm. Jillian is my publicist. She's incredible. But sometimes when it has to do with social justice and like morality, I've been burnt so bad in Hollywood that I just do it because what I'm doing is not like driven by my career ambitions in Hollywood. It's literally driven by like, I think this is wrong. So I went rogue for a couple hours, did it myself, and then caught the team up. The cool thing about the team is they're just like, we know he's going to do this, but he's a good dude. I think the thing that has always been the saving grace for me with Hollywood is people are like, he's standing on like strong moral ground. Even though he did not give us a heads, like literally my publicist didn't know.
Yeah, I basically broke it to her. That's what it felt like.
You broke a news to her.
She was like, I literally just found out, I think it was a few hours after it posted.
And I did it on a day she was traveling. Yeah, I knew she was traveling. She was on vacation. I also didn't want to bother her. So I just did it. And she's like, damn. But in Jillian's, like, to just like tell you the type of person she is, she goes, I'm so proud of you and I stand with you. Yeah. Respect. And I'm like, thank you. Because some publicists and some managers would be like, what are you doing in your career? You got Marvel Avengers 75 coming out. And, my team just knows what they signed up for and they're cool.
Right.
So,
right. Her response, and then I said, I'm going on his podcast, so I'll bring it up. And she's wrote back just like, ha.
Yeah, because I'm embargoed and not supposed to talk about it, but I'm just
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of Mubi, like we work with them a lot, and I met a bunch of them at Sundance, like very nice people, but I'm talking about like, I can't remember like exactly the level of people, but like they were like kind of like publicity sort of end, not like the top dogs or anything like that. And they're very nice. And like I work with them a lot and they put out a lot of great movies and they're doing great stuff for cinema. Mm-hmm. So to hear you call them out, I was like, damn, he's calling out a movie, but like you're calling out like the sort of corporate and not like everyone that works sort of below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made it very clear. The staff and like I don't even think they themselves align with what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes people in interviews will say, I love that you asked that. I genuinely am like so happy about this energy because we were going to do a one-on-one just to explain to like the fans and things that listen. But I'm very happy to talk to you about this. For me, I really like the people at Mubi.
Yeah,
like
they seem like an important company in terms of like film and keeping certain kinds of films alive and out there in the public sphere. So like, it seems to me like a company that has like values in terms of like the types of films that they're putting out and promoting and stuff like that. So then to hear, it's one thing to call it like Amazon, like corporations that we know are evil or whatever, but then to see you say that to Mubi, I was like kind of shocked because I was like, damn, like I always like in my mind saw Mubi as like a quote unquote like good company or whatever.
Yeah, we sold them the film. We love Mubi.
Yeah.
Like we love their curation. I genuinely love the team there, and the president I've been friends with for 5 years personally, like has eaten Thanksgiving dinner at my house with his full family. Jason Ropel, funny enough, used to work at Amazon and came over to Mubi, but he's genuinely a good dude. Like even as a homie, he would read my scripts, give me feedback. Like I really like him as a person. I think this investment is like above people's heads and above people's pay grades.
Exactly.
It's probably coming from like a board of trustees and a founder. And I feel for these employees because like I felt the same way at Vice. When Vice was doing things, I'm just like, okay, my show is here. What do you want me to do? Like cancel my show? And like you're doing business with Rupert Murdoch. And it was just like an odd place to be. But the reason why I spoke up this time is just, I think the world is in the worst place I've ever seen it in my 43 years of life.
Yeah.
Climate change is terrible. Every single city is flooding. Like,
and you guys have a kid.
We have a kid.
Yeah.
And
I don't. So like, I'm like, you guys are probably looking at it from a completely different perspective than I am because like your son has to grow up in this world, right?
Yeah, son has to grow up in this world. And
also just like for him to know that you're going to do the right thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like to set an example for him. So when
he grows up, he would have released that fucking movie.
I mean, maybe. I know. Honestly, it probably would have been better for our son's life, like financially. But the thing is, I think it's like when your kid grows up and when you were a baby, we like had the opportunity to actually stand for something and like wanting him to hopefully make those choices in his life too. It's like be the example that you show them what to do.
For our career and our finances as a family, it would have been so much better to go through with the release of the film, promote it, not say anything. Like there's brands we're working with. There was a huge, like even the flower shop, there was like a huge activation Mubi was going to do here. They don't make that money now. Is a really tough choice, but for me,
it's a crazy choice, but I respect it. But it's like, I'm like, that's a crazy choice because it's a movie you worked on very, very hard, obviously. Yeah. And it's so personal to you too, right? Because like, it's not like you made a documentary about some random thing. It's like it's part of your life. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that I made this cautionary documentary about how private equity basically hollows out like cultures and places that we love. Like if Interview Mag took on private equity, dude, it would be, it'd be completely different and whack. It'd be so whack.
Yeah.
And I saw it happen at Vice and I was just like, okay, this is literally like the universe saying to me, you shall not pass. You cannot put this movie out with this company, not with these people, but this company, because they're literally taking money from an AI defense company. Just investing in AI military technology just feels like the end of times. Like that particular investment is so horrid that it's very difficult to get up on a stage and be like, everybody, please subscribe to Mubi, download the film. Like, I just know I can't do it.
How did you find out? And then how soon after you found out did you make the decision?
So I found out about it in mid-June.
I'm basically interviewing Eddie now.
No, please. I'm like,
I'm genuinely curious. Y'all are also like real friends. So it's like we chilling. But it's like, I found out in mid-June when everybody else did and the news broke. Like we stay on the internet. We're like chronically online people. And then, I spoke to a journalist, Taylor Lorenz, who's in our film.
She's working on something for us right now. Yeah.
She's incredible. Yeah. Like she's just a very important voice right now. A lot of people try to take her down, but I'd been in touch with her. I always, when I see something on the progressive side of the world going on, I'll hit up Taylor and just be like, what do you know? Because she's in the trenches. She let me know that people were organizing and protests were coming, and I support it, When Zoran got the nomination, that was just like such an incredible day. And that weekend after he got the nomination, I believe on like a Wednesday morning, it was official, that guy McGuire from Sequoia started to talk shit. I believe that might have been like the last weekend of June. And I just immediately informed Mubi, like, hey, it's the investment, very upsetting. I was like in the process of getting my head around it. But attacking Zoran, to me, who is like one of the few hopes we have, now you're really starting to hit me personally.
Right.
It's really bothering me and we need to talk about this. And we had been figuring out the date for the trailer to come out. And I spoke to organizers and people that were doing petitions, and they had made a demand like, after this date, if you at Sequoia do not do something about Sean Maguire, I believe the date was like July 7th or 8th. I don't quote me, but it was the second week of July. They were like, we're going to do something about this. And so I told them, I can support this film and I can support the release of this trailer up to this date, because that is the amount of time we are giving Sequoia to respond to these requests. After that date, all bets are off. They put the trailer out before the deadline. I thank them. They were like, Mubi is cool. The people, the marketing people, like Ibtisam working there, very cool woman. You know, they got it out. And then I just started to see no change with Sequoia. I didn't see anything else come from Mubi. And I saw that 29 or 39 filmmakers signed a petition. I believe it was Wednesday. And I checked, and most of them very brave, courageous, like, thank you. That was great. And it was from Filmmakers for Palestine. What I saw, though, was that most of those people had already had their movies out on Mubi. So I did some research. The people who sold films to Mubi at Cannes were not signing, were not petitioning. And as a filmmaker in the trenches, I just understood my position, and I was like, I'm in a position where I can do something that actually may affect some change inside of this company, because I got a movie coming out. It's one thing to say it after, it's another to say it before. I hit up a few filmmakers that have sold films to Mubi that are coming out. I hit up a few actors, voice noted them to not put pressure. I didn't want to be a dickhead being like, are you supporting? Are you petitioning? I just hit him up, yo, homie, how are you feeling? I know your politics. I know you got a film at Mubi. Are you doing anything? No one responded. Cool. Because like, I get it. Career is very, very important to people. Yeah. I just was like dolo and was like, I don't know anyone else that's going to go do this for me. So I just got to do it. I didn't even tell Natasha. I didn't tell my
I was going to ask if you guys had a conversation about that.
I woke up in the morning and I
went on Instagram and saw his post.
No, truly. Literally, that's what happened. Right. And I was like, all right, like that's what the day is. And that is just, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you do something like that, I'm happy you didn't tell me. I wouldn't want to like get in your head or have affected you in any way. Like you just needed to listen to your intuition and do what you needed to do for you. Yeah. And then I think it's cool. Like everybody kind of just like got behind you after.
And I saw you guys in Toronto last year. So this thing has been waiting a year to come out.
Yeah.
What was the release date supposed to be?
August 29th. Damn. We waited the whole year for this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And truly just a month out.
It's my favorite thing I've ever done in my career. Like my favorite.
More so than Bauhaus?
Yeah. Honestly, I love this film. I love this film. It's dedicated to Tony Bourdain, who just like means a lot to me. And like, you know, a lot of times I'll just ask myself, like, what would Tone do? You know, like, I mean, for a day when it happened, I just stood in a window. Like I just put my forehead against the window and like found my center and was like, we're not going to do this film.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because the morning after I just, you know, the president called me. I got on the phone.
Trump called you?
Oh, no. The president of Mubi.
President Donald Trump is here.
And they were just like, look, we're ceasing all promotion. We are canceling everything. Mm-hmm. And every event, like the flower shop, we're stopping payment.
That's crazy.
Payment has not been finished on your film either. I was like, all right.
Were they angry?
Dude was angry.
Yeah.
Dude was angry. And then was just like, the film will not be on the service, and you can figure out with your producers where you take it and where you go from here.
Was it going to play in theaters like in New York or anything? No, it was just
Well,
going to be
it
streaming.
was going to do theaters like as like screenings, like
right.
New
You were
York,
going to go around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Berlin, London, LA, Mexico City. Mexico City got canceled because they protested Mubi Fest 2. So shout out to them because that was like the big alarm that went off to the people internally. Like, yo, people in Mexico City are like really upset with Mubi right now. So like shout out to the citizens of Mexico City. They've been protesting a lot of things lately and like putting the batter in people's backs. But, you know, so he canceled the film. Then I went online and I made the video and I was just like, I'm just deep in this now. Filmmakers for Palestine, hit me up. If you're an organization, please help me. Cause now I just need to figure out like how we get this movie out.
Yeah.
Because the message is very close to like the causes people care about right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
And within an hour, it goes crazy. And then the movie.
Many people sent it to me.
No.
And I was like, I'm going to talk to him about it tomorrow.
You're like, I'm literally there tomorrow.
Bro, when we did not play, I had no idea. I thought we were going to talk about like our love for Interview Magazine, Jay Lee's food writing, you know, you and your bros pizza stuff.
I mean, I've been thinking about it and like, you know, like pressing post or whatever must have been like a crazy feeling, right?
Yeah, not to be corny, but I was definitely like shaking.
Yeah.
Even in the video, you can see I'm like trying to like catch my breath and stuff, but it's just, sometimes shit has to be done.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, like, we've had a successful restaurant, we've had a successful sitcom. None of it made me happy. Like, I can sleep at night. I have to be able to say, like, I did the right thing. So it's self-serving at the end of the day. I want to be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, respect that. I want to see it. You know, I lived in Montreal when you could get copies of Vice at Space FB for free. You know, I was reading those do's and don'ts in print, like when I was in college. Then I moved here and, you know, lived in Brooklyn and Williamsburg, Greenpoint for a long time. Used to walk by the Vice office and see all those like Emmys in the window and stuff, you know? And also like as somebody who's been in media for 20 years-ish, 18 years, and I moved here in 2008, like Vice was like, at the time, Vice was like kind of the gold standard, the holy grail. You know, I was working at like Black Book magazine and then another magazine, but like Vice was always like, especially, you know, in the 2010s, at their peak, it was like, that's kind of where you want it to be in a way, you know? Like,
That Jesse Pearson era at Vice was peak. And like the fiction issue, like the fiction that was in there is incredible. Like we highlight Otessa Moshfi's writing in there. Like I think it's one of her first published pieces was in Vice. Like if you look at that era, the like, I feel like 08 to like 2012, 2013 era, I mean, some of the greatest writers we have now all came through that magazine.
Yeah. And now it's crazy to see what happened to it. I mean, to kind of bring it back to like media and stuff, like, you know, in that era, like the companies like Vice, those were the companies that were getting all the money. I've worked at, you know, 4 or 5 publications now in my time, and print was always the thing that was in danger. And places like Vice and BuzzFeed, those were the places that were expanding, exploding, getting all the money. And, you know, I've been like witness to many like massacres where it's like, the entire print staff will get laid off in one day. And I was always lucky because I always straddled the line between print and digital. So I always got kept on. I was always like left there to work digital only while like a bunch of my friends, the whole print staff would get just like chopped in one day. And so, now working at Interview in print, you know, now I'm pretty much focused on print, like probably 80% and maybe like 20% digital. I weirdly feel print feels like safe now, which is like a crazy thing to say in 2025.
Yeah, because if you survived the great massacre of print, like now you're an anchor of media because there's so few print magazines and people want that quality of interview. They want the photo shoot. Like Natasha, I think, used to assist Melzi, right?
No, I worked at the PR firm upstairs.
Oh, you work? Oh, my bad. My bad. I got it confused.
They were working together.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the Russian. My bad.
I wanted to ask you guys about like I think it's so crazy that you guys came back to New York because like as someone who's been here for 18 years, I've seen like so many people leave. Like and I feel like I'm kind of like like last man standing vibes where like I have so many friends that have gone, and it's like so rare that once people leave New York, they come back. And so like when you guys went to LA and like so many people have gone to LA, part of me is like, you know, am I like missing something? Like, is there like a better life outside of the city eventually when you get older maybe? And then so to see you guys come back, I found very reaffirming. I was like, damn, they came back to New York. Like,
I think,
sweet.
I think the thing is, well, I mean, I don't think I would have left New York. Like, I think I probably would have stayed, but he was like, you're working in film, you're working in entertainment.
Yeah.
In some way, you do have to be there.
Yeah.
If you're kind of a working director, you kind of need to be able to touch people. But yeah, it just got to the point where it was like, we're so unhappy here. And I do think that there is a version of LA that is really great and like fun and cool for people on the east side that maybe don't work in entertainment. But I think when you're fully enmeshed in the entertainment industry, or as just like the wife of somebody who was fully enmeshed in the entertainment industry, I was like, this just isn't great for me.
What
this
neighborhood
doesn't
you guys
feel
live in?
great. So we lived in Nichols Canyon, and then for like the last year that we were there, we were on the west side. We were like in Bel Air.
Yeah. Instagram is so insane because I literally know what your apartment looks like.
I know. You're like, I know what each of these houses look like. I know the
like arcade over there. Like,
yeah. Supreme Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. But yeah, it just was like isolating. And I think for me, I can't speak for you. The thing about New York that I love is just like you walk outside, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You run into your homie. You can just go do anything. Everything is kind of just like walking distance away.
Yeah, of course.
I'll walk 45 minutes. I don't give a shit. In LA, especially when we moved to Bel Air, you're in your house in this canyon, and then it's 20 minutes to drive to like the main road essentially. And then another 20, 30, 40 to the thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
And then you're in your car by yourself. And then like maybe you don't even have a conversation with people when you get there.
Yeah.
And then you haven't talked to anybody in 3 days. And then you're like going a little bit insane in your house. And then things start to get weird. But you have a pool.
Yeah.
So that's great. And you have like an Erewhon smoothie, but like you're hearing voices and you're like, oh my God. You're like, should I kill myself?
Yeah.
But this smoothie is so good. And the pool and the palm tree. And you're
it
like,
looks nice,
yeah.
you know, especially like, when you're in your tiny New York apartment in January and you're looking at people in LA, you're like, damn, that looks nice. But it wasn't fire related at all? Because I know you guys
it's definitely fire related, but I also think it's like culture of Hollywood related. And it's like all culminating in a moment now where it was just like, even though you're chilling, drinking a White Russian by the pool like all day in LA, you're kind of like waiting for the phone to ring.
Wow.
And just like when you find your center or just when you're about to do something you really want to do, it'll be like, you got to go meet this person at the Sunset Tower, or this person is coming to you right now. Oh, do you have your script ready? Can you send it out? Like, do this. It was just like so many people, I think, want to be writers and directors and actors that the standard and the kind of, the standard in Hollywood is like, if I got something for you that could potentially help your career, I can make you go do it right now. You got to drop everything. And if you don't, next guy up, next girl up.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, hurry up and wait. And I just feel like, not to be corny to talk about agency, I had no agency of my life living there. Because it was just whenever your agent or manager or producer or somebody calls, actor, you just got to go. And I was like, I love being a writer, director, but I would just like to make it on the merit of my work.
Right.
And if I can't, I'll go make bows.
Yeah.
Well, when you made Boogie, like, do you move to LA with like this sense of hope? And like, I got my first feature, like nobody gets to do that. You know, this thing was in theaters. I saw it in theaters. Like, and then you move to LA and you're like, I'm set. Like, you know, you first one in the bank, and then like, you know, the next, it's like, I'll get another one off the ground for sure, because I already had one. Like, that's how it works, right? You build on that. Yeah. But then you get there and you realize that's not the case. Yeah, I realized, because that movie, you know, ended up number 4 at the box office, Focus Features, first debut. It was a big deal.
It worked, and like we broke records with the trailer. But I think the thing with me was that with your career progression, each project you make is supposed to make other people more money. Like your culture should, your work should get broader each time. And my thinking was, all right, one for you, one for me. Yeah. And the film that I wanted to go up after Boogie is a film called Tuna Melt that like SZA was attached to, Chloe Cherry was attached to. Like, actors love that film. I read that shit on Deadline. Yeah. It's an incredible film. It's an incredible screenplay. It's
truly, not because you're my husband, one of the best screenplays. I mean, just like you could put it up as a novel and it would still be like the best novel I've ever read. It's an incredible piece of work. It's hand of God shit. I tell you, I'm like, that's the best shit you've ever read.
Thank you.
I wish my wife said things like that to me.
It just something transmuted through you. That piece of work that not anybody who reads it, any actor, any agent, and it's special.
Like the core of it was the feeling like I wrote about in 2016, like early Me Too. I went on a ski trip with my homie. We were 15 and a dude from the church just came in and did some foul shit in our hotel room while we were like trying to go to sleep. Just read the Bible in front of my face with his dick hard for like 15 minutes. And it's just like, I had my first panic attack.
Yeah.
And it came from that feeling. There's a core scene in that film where there's a kid in a situation like me, but with fiction, what you get to do is you do what you wish you did in the moment or something close. Character bites dude's dick off and spits it out and then feeds it to an alligator. And it is the crucial scene of the film. There's no film without this kid biting the alligator man's dick off. Mm-hmm. And every single note we got was like, yo, incredible script, fire cast, great producer. Like, can you not have him bite the dick off? I was like, there's no film without it.
Right.
Which,
and I just took a stand. Like, I always take a stand. And so that film has not been able to go
By the way,
Wow.
we've seen crazier things in film. Like somebody biting somebody's dick off really does not feel that wild to me.
Yeah, Midnight Express, tongue gets bit off in a Turkish jail.
I can think of 5 other things off the top of my head where I'm like, that was foul. And just truly, even just like,
yeah, the Gimp in Pulp Fiction.
yeah.
Of course. Yeah, there's lots of examples.
And
yeah.
that's the cinema we love and remember.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, cinema is just not the place to fight anymore, I feel. And it used to
People
be
don't
when
want
we
to
were
take
growing up in
risks.
the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that shit was fire. Like that's the type of film I want. I want to see a kid bite an alligator man's dick off.
Yeah.
I do too.
So, and I just refuse to make the film without that scene. So it's been tough, but shout out those producers have stuck with it. And it keeps picking up producers like
Right.
Alex Coco with Honora, is like, I'm down, So I'm just trying to pile the people on and like stack the deck so that people are like, there are enough trustworthy, great filmmaking people on this. So you get to make it. It just hasn't happened yet.
But how did the fires send you guys back here? Like, what was that about? You didn't.
So our house was fine. Well, we were living in a house planning to put it on the market. So doing like some light renovation. So we were renting and we were close to the Palisades. And just day of, we started seeing like smoke plume in the mountains. Simultaneously like watching the news, and there's a guy who's like, I was a firefighter, and if you start to see the smoke plume and like a vertical, get out of your house. And we just looked at each other and we were like, all right. We like grabbed what we could, packed our car with our dog and our son, drove to Palm Springs, and just like our son and I never returned. He went back.
You
to
never
pack
went
us
back
up.
to your house.
I never saw that house again.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was wild. I mean, we were like living in Airbnbs for almost a little over a month. Then I flew back with our son to Boston, and we just were kind of in this purgatory of like, what are we going to do? We don't really necessarily have the money to move back to New York and like rent this house and renovate our other house. And like, there was just so many things to pay for, but we were like, fuck it. Like, we're just going to make the sacrifice. Really, really for our son, just knowing.
Mad kids on the block got super sick.
Yeah.
They did.
We were talking to other parents, and their kids were similar ages, and they were getting like RSV and upper respiratory infections, ear infections. And I think both of us just kind of looked at each other and we were like, okay, this is not a regular fire. A lot of houses, a lot of old houses. We were like kind of listening to what people were saying, like asbestos is in the air, Tesla batteries, like car batteries are burning. Like, this is not good. And I think we'll kind of see, I hope not, I don't even like saying this, but kind of see the effects of like post 9/11. People said it's fine. You'll be fine. And then, 10, 15 years later, people are coming out, they're sick. I was like, if we can just sacrifice right now and like have the peace of mind, literally, best case scenario, it's cool. The air is fine. Nobody has to worry about it. But I was like, worst case scenario, like, we're going to feel like we did the right thing for our son.
You guys are all about doing the right thing.
Really, for like our kid. It's so funny. Like, not to be corny, but you have a kid and you're like, I have to move different. It's not just me. Like, I don't give a fuck about me. I would have gone back to our house and been like, cool, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But you have this like life and you're just so innocent. There's nothing they can do.
That's
You're
why
like,
I'm never going to have a child. So I can only think about myself. Yeah.
It's the most beautiful
Then you can do the fun
but
thing.
yeah. You'll never relax again. Like you'll never just be like, oh, this is so nice. Like you always are like stressed about something. But yeah, so we dipped for that. I mean, we were toying with the idea for a while, but it was going to be
New York too.
I associate you with New York City, and I met you here like 2014 or something.
Yeah.
So it's like this is home, obviously, right?
For sure.
Yeah. I just think that it's never like one thing. I think anytime like someone writes a book or something, it's like one thing. It's like it's always like so many combinations of factors. But when the fire happened, it was just like, this is a sign. We're going home. You know, and I knew my career would take a hit and be harder to do Hollywood business, but it's just like, it's just not as important.
Yeah.
We got other things before.
Yeah. And now you got the restaurant thing going, which I'm reading, by the way.
Yeah. And
I'm enjoying
I can't
that.
wait for you to come eat.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying your diaries for Vulture.
Oh, really I
mean, for Grub
really
Street.
good.
Yeah, that's been really fun. Yeah, Curbed, New York Mad Curbed. Yeah.
My friend owns Black Seed, and your last one was
Chodoro, Zach,
Noah Burnhamoff.
Oh, word.
He owns he started Mile End Deli back in the day.
Incredible Montreal pastrami.
Yes. And now he owns Black Seed, and like that was their first location, the one that you talked about in that thing.
Yeah, I know Noah from the Mile End days.
Yeah,
I didn't know he owned Black Seed
with Matt Kliegman, who owns like the Smile and all that.
Those God, I didn't know Matt from Matt. I just saw Carlos at Level Door last week.
Yes,
they're not mad, are they? Are they mad?
I haven't spoken to them. I'm sure. I don't. Like you said, they have 10 locations.
Yeah,
I talked to Noah about Apollo. Like I had dinner with him like a couple months ago, and I was like, so like, what do you think about Apollo? Are they like coming for the crown? What's the vibe? Yeah.
I didn't know it was Montreal Jewish food beef. Because the sourdough thing kind of is a Montreal thing too, right?
Yeah.
So ill.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Shout out Matt. We saw him at GoldenEye. That's Matt that we
What's
saw
GoldenEye?
The Jamaican resort place that people go in the winter.
Okay.
But Matt was out there. I've known Matt forever. We used to throw those parties at Westway with Simonez.
Right.
So man.
I remember those.
It's such a small family in New York that I love.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially in the restaurant scene, I'm sure. I'm like,
it's like party boy to restaurant, you know, like pipeline is cool.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Damn, they're good dudes. I love those guys. I had no idea.
Did you get that location? Are you going to do that deli location? Yummy? Or
we put an LOI out.
Yeah. What is LOI or that?
Letter of intent.
Okay,
Thank you. But no, there's been so much interest since we started writing that column for New York Magazine that literally every week some landlord is calling like, I got something for you.
Right.
So there are some crazy, like iconic places that have been offered that I will tell you offline.
Yes.
We will say on the pod when it happens, but it's I can definitively say it will not go to Yummy Hive on 2nd, but deal will be made in the next couple
I like the
weeks.
idea of taking over like an iconic spot, a spot that's been closed down or whatever, and like taking that over and opening something great there.
Yeah.
Old
well, I'd
bones
love
are
to know
great.
your idea. Actually, after you eat, but even before then, I will say this. My favorite type of restaurant is Rayo's, Bellatos, Chow's, Levo d'Or.
I know you had Emilio on here.
Yeah. Lucien, where it's like, okay, it just starts off as home cooking for people in the neighborhood and like your fam. Then, you have the moment where it's like trending and viral or whatever. And then you get through that and it's just like an establishment. And I'm looking at it long, and that's the type of restaurant I want to build.
Yes.
And build towards. But like, there hasn't been a Chinese restaurant like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I mean, not off the top of my head. I mean, there's like a bunch of places now that like places like Wu's Wonton King is like
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And like
that's an establishment.
Yeah. And it's gonna like, I mean, it's very, very good. I think like in like 10, 20 years, it's gonna be like a real like legendary spot.
Yeah. Noodle Town.
Yeah. Noodle Town is
I think the thing is doing it as a like combining being an iconic Chinese restaurant with romance. I feel like only Chow's in London did that. For real.
Okay.
Totally. Because I think the thing about Wu's Wonton King and Noodle Town they're great and they are that. But to sit and have like a romantic dinner or just to feel I
don't want to put your foot in my mouth after you're in an open-toed sandal in that restaurant.
Yeah,
There's a specific feeling.
arguably, I don't think I would want the restaurant to feel like you could put my foot in your mouth right here
That's what
at
I'm
this
saying. That's what
table.
I'm
We don't
saying.
even have to go home. It can happen right here.
You gotta
And I think
feel that romance.
For sure. I also tried going to Woo's on Saturday, and it was like at 8 p.m. and we walk in, and there's about like 14 girls, like dressed up, about to go out, and they're there like just crowding the front entrance, and I walked right out. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this place?
Yeah, it's too much. I need a little.
It's good for lunch, but I don't know. Saturday night dinner, I felt like just overwhelmed. Just walking
I've only
in
ever
there.
done lunch.
Yeah. China Chalet was legendary. I like that, but that was more of a club. You rarely ate there.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's this white space for a romantic Chinese restaurant built to last 100 years.
There's a new spot, Lay's, like Lay. It's a wine bar on.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah. Doyer.
How is it?
I don't know, but
I want to go.
A lot of people are talking about it. Yeah, apparently it's great. Yeah.
Doyer's is one of the best
that's
blocks in Chinatown.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can open up there, you're lucky. Yeah. It's cool.
There's so much like exciting stuff happening in food right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Where you been eating lately?
I mean, I went to Bangkok Supper Club on Hudson Street a few weeks ago they have a new like tasting menu. It's Thai food. Are you familiar with it? Bangkok Supper Club?
I've heard of it. I haven't been.
Yeah. That was excellent. Then I went to JR and Son in Williamsburg, which is like, again, it's like, it's very much like, I think like it's very trendy right now to do the sort of like, my brother did it in Toronto. It's kind of like a play on like a red sauce joint. I mean, this place, JR and Son, they took over like a old Italian social club that's been there for like 60 years and basically modernized it, kept a lot of the same decor, red leather booths, very, very dark. And then just like a lot of like classic like red sauce staples. And that was like very good. So yeah. And then, I like love to go to restaurants. And it's very, very overwhelming in New York because there's like literally 20 places opening each week. And I'm like, I'm one of those people that follows the food scene very closely. Like I'm checking Eater like a couple times a day. Yeah. It's like my procrastination. I'm like, just like refresh Eater. I'm like, any new openings like, that I won't go to?
I love this. You are on it.
I'm checking it all the time. And like, even just in the last week, this new place, Chateau Royale opened, which is the guys who do Libertine. They just opened this like
second story
thing.
Yeah.
And then Bartolo opened.
I think there's a $35 beggar's purse there. I saw. I'm also chronically on food blogs.
You are, right? Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like there's Grub Street, there's Eater. I'll check Infatuation, then I'll look at Green Pointers because I live there, so it's like more local. But yeah, there's this place Bartolo that just opened up, and it's like old world Spanish. Yeah. And I think like that's what everyone's going for now. It's like historical, old school, old world vibes. Like seems like that's the trend that everyone's chasing. And I do love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't go out to eat as much as I would like to, given how much interest I have in like restaurants here. Because it is overwhelming. There's so many new spots. You can't keep up. I mean, there's so many spots that have been open forever that I still haven't gone to. Le Veau d'Or is somewhere that I would love to go to.
We should go together.
Yeah.
You would be so fun to go with because you would appreciate it. And I like that people want to do old world. Like I like it.
Me too.
There is never enough. And the thing is that the ones that really want to do it are the only ones that will succeed, because going old world means the path to success 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years is saying no. And most people...
What do you mean by that?
Because I think to truly, in your bones, execute an old world restaurant, you have to resist frivolous change. And if you are a person owning a restaurant that is more focused on bottom line or keeping up, like you're going to be tempted and you will make a mistake and then you will lose your restaurant.
Right.
The margins are so thin.
Yeah.
It's the people that hold out, like Emilio from Bellato's. I just love him so much. He says no to like friends that want to go there.
Yeah.
You know, like you just have to say no. And people are like, what a dick. He didn't respond to me. And it's like, no, like he is in the business of saying no.
Right.
You know, and like, I'm very curious to see which of these old world restaurants will make it.
Yeah.
I have a gut instinct, but like you're in the business of saying no when you commit to the old world.
Yes. Well, one of my favorite places is Sevilla in the West Village, which is a Spanish restaurant that's been there for a long time, and it feels like it, looks like it. I think it's like I'm shocked that it hasn't been discovered by like the TikTok hordes because like they've that shit has ruined a lot of places. Like even like Bemelman's is that there's a lineup there to get in now where that wasn't the case before the pandemic. Sevilla in the West Village like very much feels like stepping into like a Spanish taverna that's been in Madrid for like 60 years, and you can still get a table there. You know, the servers are these older Spanish men wearing like red tuxes, and it's got that great vibe, great sangria, and it's like still, you know, manageable. Like it hasn't been like discovered, but I feel for whatever reason, because it's literally in the heart of like the worst parts of the West Village.
Yeah, because there are those restaurants like that are they're like, we're presenting old world, but we want that customer. I don't think that will work because that customer doesn't fit in that restaurant. And doing the goofy stuff, like I don't want to go there. You won't want to go there. Like it very much, I would say the old world restaurant is like working in print. Like if there's a trend to go to print now, do you think a lot of people would be successful?
No.
Because you got to say no to things.
Yeah. I mean, but a lot of print is coming back. Like even places that I've worked at, like Nylon. You know, I was at Nylon for a few years. I was there when they shut down the print publication. A lot of people got fired, and then it was bought like a couple years ago by Brian Goldberg, who is the owner of Bustle Digital Group. He owns Bustle, that whole thing. And I worked there for I don't know if you guys know this, but this is kind of like I'm ashamed of I worked at the Zombie Gawker for like 7 months, kind of against my will, because I had to take the job at the time because I was at interview in 2018 when it went bankrupt, and I'm Canadian, and I was applying for a new work visa at the time through interview, and then they suddenly went bankrupt, and I lost my visa application. So suddenly I had like zero, like just like that, I had zero status in this country. And I was panicking, and I like met with a bunch of immigration lawyers, and I was dating an American girl at the time for about a year or so. And I kept asking these lawyers, what are my options? Like, how can I stay in New York? Like, I can't go back to Canada. I've been here for 12 years or whatever. And they kept saying, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this. But if we're being honest with you, your best chance is to marry that American girlfriend. And so I went to visit her in Nashville, where she was there for a job. And I told her, and we got married like a week later. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. And
shout out her.
I love that.
Yeah. And then, but they basically what happened was, so I went through the green card application process, which is very, very long, very expensive. And I wasn't able to work for like at least a year. And in that time, Interview relaunched, and without me, because I wasn't able to work. And so then I didn't work for like 8 or 9 months. And like, you know, I didn't get a paycheck for that entire time. And then a person who I knew from back in like the New York media days in like 2009, 10, she was hired by Brian Goldberg to relaunch Zombie Gawker. And she hit me up and she's like, do you want to be a part of this? And like my instant reaction was absolutely fucking not. Like, I don't belong there. I don't really believe in this endeavor, but like you're offering me a good salary, probably the best salary I've had at that point. And so I took the job, and then we went there, and I was suddenly like, you know, at that point I'd only worked at independent publications where you walk in and it's like a nice, cool, small office, hardwood floors. It's not really corporate. I took the job, and I went to the Bustle headquarters on like 24th Street, and it was like a real office. They owned multiple publications, Bustle, Mike.com. They bought like Brian Goldberg was buying up like a lot of sort of like publications that were like on their last legs, and he bought them and like tried to incorporate them into the Bustle Digital Group. So he had a bunch of publications, and I went there. And within like, and I was like never into it, but within like 2 weeks of being there, the former Gawker writers who were working at a website called Splinter at the time, they found all the old tweets from this person who was in charge of the new Gawker. She had posted a bunch of like offensive jokes in like 2010, 2011 on Twitter, when it was way more of like the Wild West. I'm not justifying or anything, but like it was like Asian jokes, things like that, just like a bunch of shit. And immediately like it was they just basically torpedoed the entire relaunch. And
it's always the old tweets.
Yeah, exactly.
Just delete your Twitter.
Tracy?
Pardon?
Was it Tracy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
There's so many.
You can
there's so many
Google it.
racist old tweets.
Yeah. And so we were. So everyone working at Gawker could no longer be in the Bustle offices because like everyone was just like, fuck this person, fuck them. So then we got, I'm saying this.
That was your Sequoia.
No, well, I didn't. I stayed on for a few months. Like basically, we went to Neue House, and I stayed on for a couple of months, being like, "What do I do? I really need this paycheck. I haven't worked in a long time." And then eventually, like, I got lucky, and my old a job at Interview opened up, and I went back there. And then I've been back there for 6 months or 6 years, or even maybe 7 years now. So it was like a very, very, that was like a very weird experience in my life that like almost seems like it didn't happen. But yeah, now I'm here and I've got a green card and a beautiful wife. And
you guys are still married, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Word. It worked out.
8 years, bro. Yeah, we lived
Wow.
together. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah,
I thought it was just like a
No.
convenience joint.
I honestly wouldn't have done it if it was for convenience. I honestly think I would have rather gone back to Canada. I was very sure of this relationship and this person that it like made sense to me. And so I was able to do it and like feel good about it as opposed to just like, let's get married. I'll get the green card and I'll bounce. Like I wouldn't have done that. I think I would have just gone back home. But yeah, so that's like, yeah, that was a crazy time. Yeah. And
that's incredible.
Yeah. I have told that story probably 100 times, never on camera. There, but yeah.
Well, Natasha married me because she was pregnant and was like, I'm not so sure of him, but I am pregnant with him, so we should do it.
I was like, let's keep this family together. I come from a broken home. I don't want that for my son, you know?
But to bring it all back to Bustle, they bought Nylon. So like there was a lot of print, I feel like coming back, like IP just came back from the dead.
Yeah.
And it's good, like, technically like these places are our competition, but I think like a rising tide sort of lifts all boats. So like, I'm just happy to see that there's like a print renaissance happening at the moment. I have no idea who reads Interview magazine in print. You know what I mean? I don't know who's picking it up. It's a very strange thing to make something and
people on Mulberry Street.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's where I see it. That's like honestly, that's the only place I see it physically in the world is at my brother's restaurant in Toronto because he's generous enough to put up a copy of each of our issues, and then I see it on newsstands downtown, and then I've seen it like in Milan, which is like very cool. Seeing it overseas is like very cool on newsstands like in Paris and Milan, but like it's not the kind of thing where you're like seeing somebody like reading it on the subway. So it's like you're making this print publication, and it's like a physical thing, but like I don't know how it's being consumed or who's consuming it or where or how. Are they flipping through it? Are they like sitting down reading all the articles? So it's like a very strange thing. You're kind of like working into the void in that way. Like most of the feedback we get is like on social media, you know what I mean? Like in terms of comments and likes and things like that. So, but people seem to like, when people say, I love Interview, I'm like, I'm always like thinking, do you love the print product? Do you love like what do you love the Instagram account? I mean, it's just a weird thing about making print in 2025. You're like, you don't really, it's being consumed multiple ways, and I'm sure most people are consuming it on their phones. Obviously, like that's just the reality.
Most are consuming phones. Funny enough, I will read Interview on my laptop computer.
Okay,
because I like to see the whole photo.
Yeah,
and the place where I do like print is like in a like business. Like if you're sitting in the waiting room, I like when they have a magazine. That is nice.
Like
some
hotels and stuff like that.
Hotels,
and
branded agencies. That's why I think
Yeah.
magazines really do well. As an artifact in people's homes, it is cool.
Yeah.
If like, for instance, like Emil Haney, right? Great producer, has a great home. He usually has like great magazines in the house. And I'm like, that's a feature of the home.
Yeah.
You know,
like a Dover Street Market, like in their cafe, things like that. where
coffee
you're-
shops, I think, really should be buying more magazines because, like, it's just nice to flip through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I do think like the pendulum always swings, right? And I do think people are seeking out more physical content and like, because you're on your phone all day, whether you're working
Young
or
people
whatever
too,
you're doing.
right?
Yeah. And I think even me, sometimes I just get fatigued. I'm like, I don't want to fucking stare at my phone anymore.
Yeah.
Like I do want to read a magazine. I do want to. I also feel like sometimes you feel like a hamster on the wheel on your phone, even if it is Instagram, even if you do unfollow everything and you're just following Interview and things that feed you culturally. It doesn't feel the same as when I read a magazine, even an old magazine, just in my hand. I feel like I'm actually like taking it in. And I do think there'll be a shift to people people are hungry for that again.
You know what is corny too is the people that use them as props. Like you'll see somebody at Clandestino with like a copy of like Ulysses.
That's very funny.
Right? Like that shit's
performative
funny.
literature.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's like the magazine is part of my fit.
Yeah.
Because I think
The best thing we saw was a dude writing. He was fully like doing calligraphy and like an old, like it looked like it was like a Bible. Like I was like, where did you get this beat up book with these like water, like worn pages? And he's like writing a novel in there. And I was like, this is peak performance.
The thing with our magazine is that it's so big that like seeing somebody like sitting at a bar reading it would just look very strange.
Yeah, which I kind of love.
it's a more like girl crossing the street with the magazine under her arm.
Yeah, it's with
You know,
flowers.
you can't even like put it in a purse. Like you
Yeah.
like fold it up. Like it's pretty large.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also like cool. It could be cool as like a collector's item one day, like a time capsule. I mean, we have the entire archive since 1969, every issue in our office, and like flipping through those old issues is like a very incredible thing. You're like seeing articles on like a 25-year-old Steven Spielberg, like when he made Jaws, you know, and like from like 1975 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, you know, in 20 years or whatever, the issues that we're making now are going to be a time capsule of this era right now that we're living through.
Also, I was just going to say, people, I think it's just such a good gift. Like people gift books all the time. I would also love like
subscribe.
Yeah, as a gift, I would love to receive a magazine every month of the year. Like that's such a good gift. I think we knew that for so long, and then you like move away from the things that are just obvious, and it's like, okay, let's bring that back. I would like to receive that gift.
Yeah, that was one of the best gifts I got. Was somebody got me like a New Yorker subscription back in the day before I like read a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll say the things I like about Interview are, one, the photography is incredible. And like I'm a fan of photography, and there's just very few places to peep great photography besides like fine art these days. Because the stuff on your phone is it's not the best.
No.
You know? And then I do think too, it's the curation and the selection of the voices and characters.
That's the top. That's the top thing that we do there. I mean, that's like probably like at the heart of what we do is the curation, especially literally, especially in print, because first of all, we only have 6 issues a year, and we have 100 and something pages, usually about maybe 15, 16 stories. So it's all about the mix of people in each issue is like paramount, and then the curation, because it's very much a finite space for each issue, and there's only 6 issues. So it's like, you know, we spend, you know, hours and hours and hours trying to find that perfect balance.
Yeah,
and
what
it's hard
you
to
do is like what the homies, the creative director homies at Supreme used to do, which is like, who's on the tee this year? And like, I think that's what print is becoming. And it's like a big deal. Like, yo, you got Buju Banton this year, you know? And, you know, I also think that the format, the one specific format in Interview of artists interviewing artists, it's just like unstoppable.
And it's being done everywhere now, and I can't be mad at it, because like I mean, I don't think Andy Warhol like invented it. Maybe he did, but like it is definitely being done everywhere now, and like I see it, and like it kind of makes my blood boil a little bit, especially like a lot of places are like putting it on the cover like so and so by so and so. And
no, it's corny because it is your format. Like I did one, it was me and Young Jeezy for paper, and I had to do it because it was Jizzle, and I was just like, bro, that's my man's. Like me and Jeezy interviewing each other, and then we became homies. But no, we sharp bit Interview, but I think Interview was dead at that time because it was like
possible
2015. Was Interview
2015? It was alive. I mean, it went through like it was alive. I think it was only dead like for about a year, like in 2018. Maybe even less than a year, but. You know, I mean,
definitely sharp bit it, and I think that's foul because honestly,
it's everywhere now. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, I like when it's like
Culture
chefs.
Magazine's doing it. Like I'm seeing it everywhere. But
that's like not samurai, because like real like chefs, right? If I see you do this move, I'm not gonna do that same move. Like that's your move, you did it, and that's like the samurai respect for each other.
Yeah.
That's where things get fucked up and go to die, is when everyone's like, no one's gonna catch me, no one's gonna say anything, let me shark bite this. But it belongs in Interview. That is the core of the magazine.
It is the core of the magazine. It's very fun to do, especially as an editor too, because you don't have any control of where the conversation is going to go, and sometimes that can bite you in the ass too, because like you let 2 people talk, it can be incredible, or sometimes it can be really boring. we've had I'm not going to say who it was, but like, a cover story probably the last year, and the two people did the interview and they realized it was so bad that they requested a do-over and they did it. And it wasn't even great the second time. So we ended up stitching the two together. But it is like a totally unpredictable thing. They have like an hour on Zoom. We're happy to provide the interviewer with like suggested sample questions. It's up to them if they use it or not. Most of the time they don't, but it's totally unpredictable. And, it's our job to sort of shape the conversation a little bit because obviously it's a limited amount of space. So like if they talk for an hour, the transcripts we get back is probably going to be about 10,000 words. And our job is to make it 3,000 words.
Yeah.
And choose the best parts and kind of shape it and, leave a lot on the cutting room floor, but still keep the essence of the convo. But yeah, it's a very fun format to work in as an editor. And we try to do other things too. I think sometimes we do rely on that format a lot. But we definitely have other things that we do online and in print. But yeah, that is definitely like absolutely the core of what we do. And like you can go back to the 70s and see like, Andy Warhol used to do a lot himself, just like throw his tape recorder on there, Bob Colacello. But yeah, the interview's been doing it for decades now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it's known for.
It's like Hollywood. People will jack formats because it's easy to jack a format. But the sensibility of like core downtown New York through the lens of fashion and art, that's what interview is. That's hard to jack because you got to be part of it and you got to know it and you got to nail it. The other one I love is like Sneeze, but Sneeze is coming at it through like skate, and like downtown, it's like all our friends, but like Tompkins Park, so I like when there's a magazine that you can see the very clear vision of it. And I mean, there's more magazines coming back. Everyone's launching Instagram magazines, real magazines.
There's so many magazines coming back. I'm seeing it all the time. Everyone says print is dead, and to an extent, like that there's a truth in that. But if you walk into like iconic magazines on Mulberry Street, there's literally like 500 publications. I haven't heard of 480 of them. You know what I mean? Like it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
But also the thing about the sort of talent on talent interview is like that's being done in the podcast space now a lot. Like
totally actors with actors or something. I watch that shit all the time.
Doing that like crazy. Amy Poehler's got her podcast. She's interviewing her friends. It's happening everywhere. A24 does it. And a lot of people have asked us why we don't have a podcast. It's literally like, and we have talked about it. Part of me like. One of the frustrating things about editing the conversations is I wish people could hear the raw audio because it's the best. Because you cannot, like in print, capture the sort of like cadences and the laughter and that like chemistry that the two people have. It just, as much as you try, it doesn't come through in print as it does on the audio. And I'm like blessed to be able to hear the actual conversations, and they're incredible. And like sometimes I just wish like we could just release this like on Spotify like 2 months later. And I'm sure if we like, there's a world in which we could potentially negotiate that with a publicist, but like the assumption is that it's just for print only. So like we haven't tried to do that, but maybe one day. But we literally have like on our Dropbox like a treasure trove of audio files with like incredible conversations between like the most famous people in the world. Yeah, it's cool.
The interview pod,
I know,
but just in your ears, non-visual, I think is hard.
Yeah,
like that would be fly.
I know.
I think if you did video, corny, not because of interview, but like because everybody's corny now.
Yeah.
But I think just audio and that is fly.
I don't watch video podcasts. I mean, a lot. I listen to a lot of Ringer podcasts. They just got into video, but like, I know you guys are doing video, but like, do you guys have like data? And I've heard that like video
we do
is
it
better
for reels, right? Like
exactly.
I don't
That's
watch
right.
the video. I listen to it in the ears and the iTunes.
That's right.
Because it's more fly to me to like listen to people. It's gentler.
And you also get to do stuff.
Yeah.
Wash the dishes, work out.
Yeah, that's the beauty
of
of it. Like staring at us talking with like a bottle of Aquapana, it's just like, what am I looking at? Like I don't like need to look at it. I just want to hear. So, but we do it for reals.
Yeah, you do it for reals, of course. And I actually knew that when I asked the question. That absolutely makes sense. Because I see your podcast all the time and it's on Reels. Yeah. On Instagram. Yeah.
That's the way people just watch it now. And like I wish they'd listen to the full convos, but
I'm a watcher of podcasts.
You are, right?
Yeah, sometimes there's certain people that like I watch their shit because I I just fuck with them.
Yeah.
Like if I have whatever it is, like I won't watch the whole thing, but if I have a couple minutes, I'll be like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
That's how I'll consume
Yeah,
it.
it's cool to like, especially after listening to somebody for so long, when they pivot to video, it's like, oh, I can now see them. And like, you know, I listen to my podcast on 1.6 speed, like a psycho.
Oh,
I do
psycho.
too.
Yeah. Because like I said, I'm
I like
listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, I like
and
to
need
speed it up
burn
if I'm
through
listening.
them. NBA stuff, you know, news stuff, like
We gotta watch
stuff.
NBA. We're gonna eat and watch NBA.
Knicks. You're excited, right?
Yo,
You have to be
die
so
hard,
excited.
Yeah. I think it's gonna Knicks Thunder. You know, like let's go.
They
Knicks
have
Thunder.
the Knicks are I guess like the second best odds to win the title right now.
Yeah, I've never seen this in my life.
They're gonna take
I've
it.
never
2026.
seen this in
They're
my
gonna
life.
take
We're
it.
winning
It's
it.
crazy.
We're winning
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
But yo, I just wanted to give you friendly because she told me you had a heart out. It's past 2.
It's past 2.
It's
I mean,
2:02.
I just want to
It's
give you
2:02.
friendly.
yeah, I mean, I have to make a phone call by 2:30. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic. We could talk to you all day.
Yeah. But what's your like Knicks vibe? Like, are you going to games? Do you have a plug at MSG?
We have a plug at MSG. They usually seat me on the floor for Chinese New Year. And then, you know, I have friends that have really good seats that
Yes.
offer, like Ronnie Fike hit me up. It was like, yo, we're going to go there. I was
Okay.
like, yo, let's go, Ronnie. Like Ronnie got the best seats. But no, I actually like watching on the couch alone with my weighted vest on.
I know
our
this.
son.
I know this.
Yeah.
Because I follow you on Instagram.
Thank
Yeah.
you, brother. No, because I need to walk around. I need to like yell into the corner. And I do feel since the Knicks got hot, like I'd say 2 years ago, the crowd at MSG is different. It's a little different. I used to love it when we were just such losers and go like watch Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
That was cool, but there's this feeling now, and the only thing I can relate it to is like Fenway when the Red Sox are good. Everyone at Fenway when the Red Sox are good are competing like, oh, who's going to have the better day today? Oh, I know this stat and you know that stat. Who's better against lefties? The Garden is kind of like that now when you sit there and like there's people that are like, oh, I've been here for 7 games. I've been here for 20. Like I know more than you. And it's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to watch my guys.
Yeah.
And so I love watching at home.
Yeah.
We should
What about
matinee
you?
though.
Well, speaking of sports watching, the last time I saw you, I did not say hi because you were. It was the Commanders. It was in September, so it was just a regular season game, I guess.
Oh my God, were you at Hooters?
You were at Hooters.
Were you there?
You weren't there. I was there with my friends. on the other
Hooters
side of
in
the
That's
restaurant.
so
Toronto.
funny.
And
I
I
pulled
saw
up
Eddie.
there
Yeah.
after.
I didn't see you, but I saw
That's
Eddie
so
sitting there
funny.
by himself, so locked in with just a fucking pile of Hooters wings.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not bothering this guy. He's sitting by himself. He's got a break. You're just by. I know you've been like doing press. You're alone. I'm not going to bother you. But like, I was just like,
so funny.
that guy's in heaven right now.
Bro, I love you. That is me. That is my
know.
happy
I know.
place.
The
Is just
Hooters
I
in
know.
Toronto.
I could tell. I
and
could tell.
sports.
I could tell.
I'm a simple man.
I know. You must be very sad about Scary Terry.
Bro,
hell?
this has been
That's
the
weird
worst week.
shit.
Literally, yesterday the movie thing happened,
Yeah.
and then Terry's like
On
requesting
the
a
same
trade.
day.
I was just like,
Oh no. That's probably more devastating to him if I'm being honest.
That's crazy.
Our son can say Scary Terry because I will be in the other room going, fuck yeah, Scary. And she's like, yeah. And then Senna will go, Scary. And like, so I'm just like, I cannot believe, like I almost cried over that yesterday.
Yeah.
So sad.
I thought it was
that you're
fake when
deep
I
into
first
this.
saw it. Yeah, like I saw a tweet and I was like, that doesn't make sense because I just finished the quarterback, the Netflix show.
Yeah.
And I watched the Redskins beat because Jared Goff is one of the people they feature.
Yeah.
And I watched the Redskins beat the Lions. And
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Oh,
that must have
so
been like
good.
an insane day
Yo,
for you.
that got me through the fires.
Sorry, the Commanders.
Because it was during the fires. No, come on. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And it's like, and the thing is that, yo, I just wish someone from like Apollo Investments would go up to Terry and be like, listen, you're not going to get into your contract.
Yeah.
Take the 27 mil, stay with the Commanders. Josh Harris got you after. We're going to get you in some Series A shit. You know,
Yeah.
Apollo Investments got you. Like,
Yeah.
they need to just do that with Terry.
Yeah.
Like, just hold it down. How,
Yeah.
like, players want to come to the Knicks because they know, like, the New York business around it. Like, that's what Josh Harris needs to be doing right now.
Yeah, they seem like an exciting franchise with the new ownership and everything.
Love it. Who's your squad?
Well, I'm from Toronto, so like It should be the Bills.
Yeah.
But you know, being here for 20 years, I'm like more of a player guy. Like I follow players. Like, you know, I want to have teams like, you know, the Blue Jays, the Raptors, when the Raptors won in 2019, that was very exciting. I flew back to Toronto for that championship. And it was an amazing experience. All my friends in Toronto are diehard like Jays right now. The Jays are like doing amazing. And they're huge Bills fans, and I go to Bills games. Like I'll fly to Buffalo 4 games from here, but like I just don't have that ingrained like diehard like fanaticism for a team. It's players right now, so like. You know, last year I was rooting for the. I get a lot of criticism for this too because everyone's like, you're not a real sports fan. You don't have a team.
You're from Canada. That's fair. Like
I know,
my homies in
like,
China
yeah,
are like that.
I know. But like, you know, I was like a Brady guy. I was a Manning guy. I was like, I like Mahomes. I root for greatness.
Oh, you like a cerebral.
I like greatness.
Yeah,
I like the all-time greats. I want to see the all-time greats do all-time great shit.
That's
so like,
fair.
She's like that too.
Yeah. I will fight. Like I was like really into Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't care. I'm just like into him. I'm like, so when he was Heat, I was like, I'm kind of fucking with the Heat.
Yeah, I'm
like,
a huge LeBron guy. I was for many years. You know what I mean? Like when he went to the Heat in 2011, there was that year where he was the villain and everyone hated him, and I was like that. And then after you got that hate out, I started rooting for him. And I was like, I remember watching those games in 2012 when they won their first championship in New York, like at Standings in the East Village, which is like one of the best sports bars in the city. And I was like the only one rooting for the Heat because everyone still hated them and they still hated LeBron. And it felt great. And like they beat the Celtics and then they went on to win the championship, and that was amazing. So I was like a big LeBron guy for many years. And I mean, like I love the Knicks. Like it's very fun rooting for the Knicks, but like I wasn't rooting for the Knicks like you were in 2017. Yeah. And I hate to say that I'm a bandwagon, but like I was like losing my mind during these playoffs because like I got swept up in it and I lived here for a long time. I went to game 4 in Indiana because I was there for the Indy 500. So I saw the Knicks beat the Pacers in Indianapolis, and I went to a game against the Pistons here. So
no, I know how it feels when a team captures like your heart. Not to be corny, and like I'm like, oh, you're a year, you're 2. I'm like, yo, if you're invested and you're doing it, like we're in.
You can't
we're,
help
we're
it.
Good.
It's like an emotional thing. Like you don't have to justify it or anything like that. Like if you care, you care, and if you don't, you don't.
I watched Good Will Hunting and love the Red Sox.
Yeah, but like you've said it before, the Knicks fandom is just fun. Like it's fun. It's fun to be a Knicks fan. Like even I don't care about basketball. I'm like whatever. I'll go to a game, but it's like fun to just engage with like any of the content coming out of it, and even just like hear you talk to your friends about it so passionately. I'm like, I wish that I had something that I like gave a fuck about that much. It's like fun to watch you. I'm like,
he's a very entertaining sports fan.
Like
I like watching.
I don't watch
too.
the sports. I'm like, I watch him.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're the. You need to like do something in sports. I feel because like you're just fun.
You made a sports movie.
Yeah,
you did, but like no, I mean like boots on the ground, like reporting live, like. Jalen Brunson is da-da-da-da-da. Like you're just fun to engage with in that way. I don't know.
Bro, I love it. I want to watch because I have the passion, like the love. Like it is besides Natasha and Senna, the most important thing to me.
It's just like the Knicks are sports in general.
Knicks and Commanders. Yeah. And then those a distant third, Michigan Wolverines football.
I actually fuck with college football the most.
I took her to the
I like watching
Rose
college
Bowl.
football. And that was the best
I would love to go there.
Arena game I've ever watched in my life. I got super into it. Like the crowd was fun.
That's an incredible stadium too.
I think I like Southern football fans.
She does. She liked the Alabama fans.
They just want the smoke. Like they were fighting with us in front of us. I was like, he was this close to calling us a slur. You know what I mean? Like to him, I was black. Like I was not white enough to be there. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like that whole shit, that fandom is next level.
There's a new SEC documentary coming out on Netflix like in a week or something, like a 8-part series just all about the SEC, like behind the scenes. Oh wow. So, if you like Southern football, like that's gonna be a fun watch. Yeah.
You know what we need to do though is we should just go together to the Michigan Ohio State game in Ann Arbor.
I went.
Oh, I've been going.
I went a few years ago, like Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Yeah.
I went when Michigan beat Ohio for the first time in the streak, like probably
the John Harbaugh year.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it in Michigan or Ohio?
It's in.
They switch off. Okay, cool.
But because they also have the greatest Jewish deli of all time, Zingerman's.
I know. I went there. It was a snowstorm. I didn't eat there, but like I walked inside.
Oh no, I want to go.
I walked inside Zingerman's.
Okay, can wives just like hold it down down at the
Yo, you have a
Zingerman's.
great
was so
time. We
cold
could
when I
just
went.
go to the game. With the dudes can go to the game. You
Yeah.
can just chill at Zingerman's. We'll take you to the Gandy Dancer at night. Like,
Great.
Don't you have a good
I
friend
love
who's a
that.
huge Wolverines fan or something like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Multiple,
Chuck
yeah.
English, Mayor Hawthorne.
Yeah, Mayor Hawthorne. That's what I was thinking of, the musician,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We all
yeah.
Michigan fans.
Yeah.
You know, like
You know what's funny though is
diehard.
I see the most, just outside of like obviously Knicks fans and like Mets fans in New York, so many. I've never seen so many Michigan like merch wearers all the time. I always see a Michigan jersey, a Michigan hat, a Michigan hoodie, a Michigan this. I'm like, and then every time you see them, it's go blue.
Exactly. Well,
They
that's
like-
the
it's
thing.
the-
I
it's
bought a
this-
jacket there.
Yeah.
I bought a Michigan jacket.
Yeah.
And when I wore it in New York, it's go blue.
Yeah.
Or like my wife took me to an Eagles game for my birthday, and I wear
Go Birds.
I have an Eagles shirt to the gym. It's go Birds, go
Yeah.
Birds, go Birds,
Yeah.
go Birds. It's
It's
crazy.
this like
It is,
insider little like
Yeah.
group. It's like a
Yeah.
little cult. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's cultish teams.
Yeah,
I
there
like
is.
it. They're
I like
iconic.
that. Yeah.
Because also
Yeah.
Michigan is a feeder school for New Yorkers and
Totally.
Jewish community too. It's
Yeah.
like it's a feeder school.
Yeah.
You know, like the certain cultures just gravitate towards Michigan, and it's the best.
Yeah,
man.
there's something about it. I don't
It
know.
is-
Even
it is-
I'm
it is
into it.
amazing.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I've bought in.
the guys that I went with, they're from Montreal. They're just like, they like Michigan. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't ask questions. That's just their team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing was, so I became a Michigan fan because the year I started reading mock drafts, people kept saying the Redskins at the time were going to draft Desmond Howard, and Desmond was like going to win the Heisman. I get so emotional. I started watching every Michigan game to watch Desmond Howard. And I was like, we're going to get him. We're going to get him and we're going to win the Super Bowl. And he was like the worst at receiver. He was just good at returning kicks. But I just got stuck with the Michigan Wolverines and then like X-Men. I love the mascot. And I just never missed a Michigan game from Desmond Howard's year
Really?
until the pandemic.
Wow.
Never missed.
And why didn't you? Because you're from DC, right?
Yeah, I'm
So
from DC.
No Wizards.
I was a Bullets fan,
Yeah.
right? But the thing was that Georgetown
Your boy just got
Hoyas,
arrested.
yeah.
Oh, what
Hibachi
happened?
got arrested. Gilbert Arenas poker games.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
The thing with DC at that time in that like Rayful Edmond era, kind of like early '80s, it was everyone was a Hoyas fan, you know. So that was the squad. We were Hoyas fans. My father and I just followed Patrick to the Knicks, and so I liked the Knicks. My dad would like clap for the Bullets, and then when we moved to Orlando, he converted and became an Orlando Magic fan because my dad is like, I want to get down with the community I'm in. I was like, nah, I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, I'm loyal. I stay down, and I just stayed down for Patrick and just went with it. But the one year when the Bullets got Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber, Rod Strickland, I went back to DC to just go to a game and watch Rod Strickland. I was like, this is the illest point guard ever.
Yeah.
Rod Strickland is so nasty. He's like Kyrie's uncle, and like Kyrie got his game from him, but like he's just one of the nastiest New York City point guards. I just like New York City ball.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
the
could
thing
tell
for
by
me.
your film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked sports on here before?
Sometimes like he'll go off. When you guys are talking about this, I'm like,
Just
I don't
zoning
even
out.
know where I am right now.
Oh, I'm
Do you
like
know
a
what I
pig
mean?
in
Like
shit. I'm like so horny.
I'm like somewhere else. I'm like,
You're what? You're
I'm
your
just
mind's
like, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
don't
guys
really care.
You've done so much of this, like
Yeah.
you could just like chill and just,
For
like,
sure. I
yeah.
can like, I have so much going. I have like 8 different stations in
Yeah.
here. Like I'm good.
But
I'm,
what's
like,
cool is
figuring
she has
something
tons of
else.
homie. Like most of her homies are insanely passionate sports fans.
Most of my friends are male.
Yes.
I don't purport to be a pick me, but that's just how things have gone in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they all like sports apparently, unbeknownst to me, because I'll be friends with somebody, have no idea they've ever watched sports in their life. And then they get around Eddie and they're like, oh, what's good? Like, da da da. And I'm like, that's crazy because we've never once spoken about sports.
funny.
And now all of a sudden you're like the #1 Knicks fan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. That's fine. I'll go fuck myself. But I mean, I don't
What
care.
happened on this pod is literally what happens with me and all of her homies.
Right.
Yeah.
And a big fight early on in our relationship was like, Eddie, you just take everything over. Now you're in a group chat with him and me, and you
That's
guys
very
just talk
funny.
about sports. And I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm ruining her life.
It's fine. Honestly, the way that I see it is just, but I'm also in like his like degenerate gambling group chat where I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but I'm like, are we gonna bet on the Chilean boys
Right.
like soccer league today? Sure. They're like betting on like mud wrestling. I'm like, great. Like had me in, if you guys win, like just get me, you know, I'm like, get me a
Buy me
Birkin,
something,
you know,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I really like this new Loewe puzzle bag and pale yellow. Like,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Like, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm just here for like, can we make money off of it?
Yeah,
I guess.
that's right.
I don't know.
And we'll randomly ask her like, who's gonna win this game? Like if we don't know, and she's like, this one, and we're like, all right, cool. And she's very good.
It works.
Yes.
Yo, we
because I
made a
have-
lot of money betting on
no
F1
idea.
in Vegas.
Really?
She really knows F1.
Okay, well, I know F1, but that's different. F1 to me isn't a sport. And I also don't really watch it anymore because like I just find people to be so annoying about it. Like I think because I was a Formula One fan like before the
Before
Netflix
Drive
shit
to
came
Survive,
out.
yeah.
And now everybody DMs me stuff. And I'm like, first of all, fuck you for even thinking that I would ever want to talk to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I don't watch anymore. Everyone's like, who's your favorite driver? I'm like, literally no one.
Now
Not
there's the
watching.
movie.
Goodbye. We'll never watch it. So I'm just like,
You'll
it's
never
fine.
watch the movie, you said?
No, I don't think so. I'm like,
I went
not
by
in-
myself to see
I'm
it
not
a few
into-
days ago.
Okay, I'm like just
How
not
was
into
it?
Had a great
older
time.
Brad Pitt.
Had a great time. Regal on Delancey recliners.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love that. But like
Yeah.
post
wanna
Brad
watch it.
Pitt beating the shit out of his family on a plane, I'm not tuning in for him.
I understand. Yeah.
That's a
I
personal
understand.
choice.
I understand.
But
I understand.
I do just love a movie going experience. I will, you know what? I'll take it back because I'll watch anything in like an iPick. Like I can
Right.
lounge
I've never been to the iPick,
and have
but I
a
heard it's
drink.
nice. You guys got to
have a
go see the new
wing.
Naked Gun.
I
It's
really
funny
want
as
to see
fuck.
that.
I want to see
I
it. It's
really
Pamela
wanna
Anderson,
see it.
She's
Liam
amazing in
Neeson,
it, yeah.
and they're dating now. Like I want to watch.
Watching
I
that
wanna watch.
movie, you can tell why they're dating.
They have-
you can
yeah.
just see it. Yeah,
They have
yeah,
chemistry.
yeah. But it's very funny.
Yeah.
And Pamela Anderson is such a good actor. Like the last
She's
show
great
girl.
in it.
is like,
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She's
really
so
is
perfectly
great.
cast in this movie and so good in it. Like very
Yeah.
game. Yeah. she was
okay,
great.
question for you guys. Last Showgirl in the pantheon of Coppola family films.
Yeah.
Where do
I
you
didn't
put
see
it?
it.
I didn't see it either.
Oh,
I wasn't able to see it.
oh, I put it up there. I think it's like the two Godfathers,
Yeah.
Lost in Translation, Virgin Suicides, Last Showgirls.
Wow.
I'd put Virgin Suicides above The Godfathers. That's like a personal girlhood.
Someone's gonna say
Feeling for me.
Apocalypse Now, but I'm like, I was not the biggest Apocalypse Now fan.
I
I'm putting
wasn't
Jack
either.
at the top with Robin Williams.
Straight up.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
oh, oh.
I'm putting Bling
fire.
Ring. No, I'm just kidding.
Fire. Jack is good, man.
Deep cut.
Yeah. I love Robin. Like everything. It's funny because Robin
he's
Williams
so good.
made the same film basically every time. Patch Adams, Jack, Dead Poet
He had that
Society.
yeah.
It's like inspirational, funny man, weirdo, but it's just it's
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
every time. It's the same
Mrs.
movie.
Doubtfire.
Incredible.
But then he tried to do like then he was doing like 1 hour photo. He went like dark a little bit there. Yeah. A little
Yeah.
bit. Like, they all try that
Yeah.
eventually, but then they go back to
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Pisces brother, I think.
He is Pisces.
Yeah. Robin
Yeah.
Williams. Sad Pisces brother.
Yeah.
sad. Definitely sad.
What's your
Definitely
sign?
sad.
Virgo.
Oh, like our
Our son is
son.
Virgo.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Just an earth sign. Like
Okay.
you can't really say. I feel like I'm a whole chart. You have to like really zone in, but I feel like Virgos in general are very analytical,
Yeah.
maybe just a little detail oriented, very like regimented, strict.
Executive editor of Magazine
Yeah.
Virgo.
Boom.
It's giving
Yeah.
executive editor for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
But I think it's a good thing. I love Virgos, especially after our son. And
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
twin Virgo.
I am a twin Virgo.
That's cool. I wonder
Yeah,
if you
I'm a
guys got
twin
like
brother.
different Virgo traits.
We're quite similar. That's
Okay.
for
I
sure.
was gonna say, I wonder if you're, like, sharing them
I had
amongst-
I had to leave Toronto. I had to get away from him because we're too similar. So it's like I had to just
That's
like
so ill.
yeah. I mean, I didn't leave Toronto to get away from him, but like being in different cities over the last like 18 years, we're still obviously very close. But like when we get together, we're very it's like mind meld shit. And so like I can't imagine what it would have been like to be in the same city for the last 18 years.
Totally.
It would have been like maybe we would have been working together in some capacity, but I think it was very healthy for us to separate because we like lived together through college. And then when we got back from college, I moved here to intern. I thought I was going to be back in Toronto after 3 months. And then I just came here for a 3-month internship at a magazine and then never left.
No, it was really cool. The night I met y'all in Toronto,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I like love brothers. I have 2 brothers. So it's cool when you see like such a tight
Yeah.
like family
Yeah.
relationship. But I can't front. Most of the time with twins, you can tell like one's kind of like spirit is different than the other. The swag is different.
There's
or, like,
differences
There's
for
like a
sure.
different like Riz level. With you two, it really is like alikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are very.
There isn't one that's
yeah.
like the fall off.
There's not
Yeah.
an alpha.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
He's also he told me to tell you that he's salty that you never showed up.
I know,
to
we
his
really
restaurant.
tried. We really tried.
I know.
And then we were like, he had to go see films, and then I had our kid. It was also our kid's birthday.
We also got in a fight because it was like I had told her we were going to go to a function, and then I was too tired after doing all the press, and I canceled, and then we just like didn't hang out for
Yeah.
a day. Like it was my bad.
Yeah.
But also like I feel like going together as a couple with a kid to the film festival, premiering your film, it's difficult. High level of difficulty.
Yeah, I
I'm
probably
sure.
wouldn't ever do that
and
again.
he was much younger. He was a year.
Yeah, he
old.
was turning a year,
Yeah.
like on that trip, which is why I think we like tried to make it work.
Was that your
Like, we
first
should all
time on
be
a flight with
together.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was our first flight with him, and he
Yeah.
did so phenomenal.
Do you guys like Toronto?
I love Toronto.
Yeah.
The whole time I was there, I was like, wow, this is a great, like, if everything goes to shit, this is a
Canada,
good place.
yeah,
Like, I was like,
yeah.
I could live here. I also really love Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal's amazing.
Like, love Montreal.
Yeah.
I could really
Special
live there.
place. Amazing
Yeah.
place to go to college.
Like
for
especially
sure.
with food, when people are like New York or
Yeah.
LA, I'm like, yo, put Toronto in
Yeah.
the mix.
Yep.
Like I would
Yeah,
put
there
it there
was
before
great
San
food.
Francisco.
He's a huge like proponent of Toronto cuisine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's always like blowing up spots there, like in Scarborough and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very, very, very competitive to like SGV or Queens. You know, like I think
Definitely.
the three best immigrant like boroughs for food in North America, like North America, it's like Scarborough, SGV, Flushing,
Yeah.
Queens,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, like
Yeah.
they got a lot of shit out
Yeah.
there. The Caribbean food in Toronto is
Yeah,
like
it was really good.
unstoppable.
That's the thing. The jerk chicken spots there are like, you know, some of the like best in the world outside of Jamaica for sure. And I'm very jealous of that.
And I'll say like cold water seafood, incredible.
Yeah.
Like Toronto, great seafood restaurants. Chinese restaurants, like honestly, could smoke SGV or New York City.
Yeah, and I never do it when I'm there. My friends don't do it that much. I mean, they go every once in a while. They'll go for like a birthday. It's like Fisherman's Lobster.
Oh yeah, Fishman Lobster House is
yeah.
the
I know.
best Cantonese restaurant.
With the
Yeah,
towers.
the tower,
Yeah.
bro. I go shirt off in there. That was the one I wanted to take Center for his birthday.
I know, I
That was the
remember.
plan. We canceled that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
tell
go
him
shirt
not
off.
to be salty.
Yeah,
We didn't
yeah,
even
if
go
you
to
cancel
Fishman's.
Fishman's- yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
didn't even
Yeah.
go.
But we'll be back.
Yeah.
I really like Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going in a couple weeks. I'll be there for TIFF again this year.
Oh, amazing.
It's also a great time of year to go for TIFF and go watch movies. Like I would
know.
rather go to TIFF not having a film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Just,
enjoy.
like, leisurely walk around the city, eat food, watch some great films because it is one of the best film festivals. Like,
For
I
sure.
love it.
For sure. Top 3,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
I had a
Top three.
phenomenal time. I can't believe that was a year ago.
I know, me neither. I actually can't.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Shit.
Yeah.
You should go back.
Such a full circle. How full circle is it that like we were with Ben for a lot of TIFF. This thing happens with Mubi,
This
and
week.
you happen to be on the pod this week. That's like
And like truly
weird
top of the
universe
week,
shit.
I was like, hey, by the way. He's like, it's this week. I was like, yeah.
I honestly thought like I was like, you kind of forgot. I was like, did you forget? And then I was gonna be like, are we still doing the pod? Because then you hit me up about eating
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the restaurant next week.
To
And
get
I was
your
just
rest.
Like, I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go into the restaurant. We'll talk about the podcast in person. But then
No,
you're
I was
like,
like-
still on for Friday? I was like, oh, damn, okay. Yeah.
It's happening.
So,
The
Dude,
universe
brought us
conspires.
together.
And
I love
that's
it.
that.
Are you guys done for the day?
We're
gonna
gonna.
do
I'm gonna make some
some-
steak tips upstairs. So that's it. I got finished. You
So
want to
but you
eat?
did-
Well,
you've
you
done
got to
your
make a phone
podcast.
call.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
Yeah, I
eat?
was like, if you
Will you make your phone call and then eat?
Well, when are you? What? It might be a long-ish phone call. That's the only thing.
He has to
How
cook
long-
some
We'll
steak
end
tips.
it now so you could make your call, and if it times up, have some steak tips, whatever.
Why are you making? We're done, right?
We're done.
Oh yeah, well we're making.
How are you making? Like, why are you making steak?
I'm